Hey guys. I know I promised a Q&A like months ago, but like low-key, I've either been busy, procrastinating, or just been too lazy to do it. So let's get this Q&A started, don't you think? Hatty isn't here. Let me go get him real quick, hold on. And sorry for the lack of animation. I never got around to learning, and even if I wanted to do like a PNG thing, my art low-key's been ass. So, welcome to the stage, Hatty!
Hello again, dear viewers. It's an honor to be back on the stage.
Yo, bro, you good? You sound, funny, to say the least.
I have been through a lot of shit. That is a question you don't ask, okay?
Okay, I guess. So, do you want me to read the questions, or?
No, it's fine. I can read it still.
Alrighty then, the floor is yours.
Floor is mine indeed. Okay, first question. Fish Are Cools asks, is there multiple counterparts or exact opposites of Hatty? In a sense, there is, but in a sense, there isn't, because I myself have alternate versions that exist, like, across this, what do I call it? Multiverse? Whatever? It's a lot, honestly. Like, I at least know, like, 10 of them. I'm willing to believe there's at least 50.
Hey, is that also something with your voice? I could have sworn your voice was more, like, deeper and more personal.
Well, yeah, it was. And it still would have been if my voice actor would have actually voice acted it sooner! Where are my manners? Next question. Also by Fish Are Cools, if you had to choose one person from the list below to live, who would it be? Jesse! Yeah, is that not like your bestie or something? Whatever, don't answer that. But if I had to choose one person, I'd probably have to go with my beloved, my dearest first wife, Cube, because she's been with me since the darkest times. Like, if I haven't met her and I was still here, I wouldn't be the same creator I am. I wouldn't be the same Hatty I am. Wouldn't be the same beloved husband of 3 wives that I am. And next question, also by Fish Are Cools. If I had to fight Fish Are Cools or Severin or Terry, whatever the fuck his name is, who would it be? I'd probably fight whoever this Fish Are Cools is. Care to explain what's this whole situation with Fish Are Cools? Aiden?
Yes, hi, so, no offense, I kinda disconnected the lore with Hatty and Fish Are Cools. Sorry. I'll still answer your questions in relation to them, though. Don't worry.
And that kind of connects into this next question, also by Fish Are Cools. Would I rather stay with you, my quote-unquote certified mother, or my actual parents? My parents are, by all means divorced, and my mom, I kind of brought her back for being a sword, but my dad, next question. Again, Fish Are Cools asks me to rate these people on how well they can drive. I feel like you drive horribly. I drive pretty well. In times of distress or times where I didn't have power, I always got around using like a car or something. Terry, I don't know. Cube is good at driving, but she doesn't drive that much. Same as Camilla. Ace, he usually just walks. He doesn't drive. And Claire, I don't think she has her license yet. Next question, also by Fish Are Cools. They're asking me to pick an instrument based on looks and preference. I feel like you would be like brass. I would love to do percussion. Same thing with my creator. Isn't that right?
Hell yeah, brother.
Terry, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that skeleton. Ace, he'd probably do percussion. Or he'd either do percussion or brass too. Maybe like trumpet. And then Cube, I feel like she would do the violin to impress me. Same thing with Camilla, except she'd do it with like trumpet. And then Claire, no, I don't think she'd actually get into a band. She's more of a botanist. And then 2 questions from Fish Are Cool's friends. Why am I weird? You're weird. I know what you're talking about. And why do I have 3 wives? Because I want to. And finally, a new person. Zayden MZTM asks, would Hatty be illiterate or literate? I pretty literate. I don't read much, but I know how to read. I usually have to like read a lot because tabs and whatnot. Darcy asks if you can be my editor. No, I'm not trying to pay you. Zayden MZTM asks who do you think will hit 1K first? And dude, can you stop asking questions related to my creator? This isn't my Q&A! Zayden asks, are you willing to admit I designed Hatty for you first? And dude, stop asking questions in relation to my creator. If you ever get a VR headset, will you ever play my game? Wait, did you just say play my game?
Ready or not, here I
oh shit, wait! Next question. Also by Zayden. Fish Are Cools or Dicey Post collab. Who would win? Probably Fish Are Cools. Zayden asks, Candy Cane or Invincibility Monitor, who's winning? If Candy Cane knows what he's doing, he's definitely winning. Zayden says, scream at the top of your lungs. This is not a question, but a statement. Okay. Zayden asks, why did you do it, Hatty? I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Another question for my creator, Zayden. Why did he do it? What are we doing? Say banana chili ice cream. I just did, so. Zayden says, one choice. Camilla or Claire? Oh! Zayden asks,
when is our collab releasing?
Again, not a question for me, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Zayden says, the incident was 5 years ago, Kennegan. What was the incident? We don't talk about that. Alba Colado asks, Dear Odyssey, have you ever thought of giving Floor a voice claim? Because I chose Paintbrush from Inanimate Insanity.
Is that my goat Billy?
Okay dude, calm down, we get it, gosh. I like Toasty Bread asks, why do I look like this? Why do I look like what?
Oh, I know exactly what they're talking about. I can answer this. As you already know, I suck at drawing, so I can't really draw Hatty any better than that, so.
When was the last time I ate a piece of hat? Zayden asks. I've never eaten a single hat in my life. What? If you were forced into alliance with Dicey, who would betray who first? Dicey would betray me first because despite how much he gets on my nerves, I say true, so that's all him. Dicey, we ignore the fact that it's not. asks, was I a mistake or learning experience? No, I don't know. Dicey asks, what was the most useless universe you've ever created, and was it mine? Honestly, the only... hold on, how do I explain this? I'm a creator, but I'm not the one who made the universes. I was given my powers after they were made, so... You ask... I don't even know who you ask anymore. Dicey asks, am I a friend or liability to you? You're both. No offense. If someone called you a liability on the other hand, Dicey, I would stand up for you despite how much you piss me off. That just proves how much of a good friend I am. Don't you see? What's the greatest thing I've ever made? Ace. Anyways. Would you rather drink poison and die slow and painfully or hang out with Dicey? Why would I want to drink poison? I'm probably just gonna hang out with Dicey. The Panda God asks, how do I go poo-poo and pee-pee? That's a great question. We don't. Or, well, actually we do, but not in my object form. I pee whenever I can. Or poo. What the fuck? That sounds weird. The Panda God asks, would I Google or Gaga more if I were a baby? I don't know, you tell me. Can you say I'm Soda King, we taught did? I have no idea what that means, and I just said it, so there you go. You're welcome, Panda. The Panda God also asks, what would your first hallucination be if you were schizophrenic, or if you already are, what was the first hallucination? I'm kinda schizophrenic, in a way. And honestly, I don't even remember my first hallucination. I've had a lot. The Panda God asks, if one of your wives told you to bite their head... Whoa! Are you trying to get us demonetized? The Panda God asks, if the only way to save their loved ones was to... Will Hatty ever be able to have children, or does he have to do it spiritually, asks the Panda God. If you must know, there is a specific process in how us hats make children, but that's a story for another time. I don't want to talk about it. The Panda God asks, how do my wives feel about each other? They're actually pretty fond of each other. Like, they get along really, really well. If my creator had turned me into another object that wasn't a hat, what would it be? I don't even know, man. You don't ask me that. What would happen if Hatty... Then I would... What? Where did he go? Where did he go? Oh, that was the last question, huh? Well then, I suppose that was all the questions. Thank you all for 100 subscribers. It means a lot. And I am so sorry. It took me like half a year to get this pushed out. I know I got 100 subscribers like a few months ago, but I genuinely just got a bit distracted. So yeah, I'll make a few more videos in the span of like a week, and if my Yosemite trip gets in the way, I'll do it when I get back. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and that was a Q&A. Have fun, y'all.